I be raging, I be. SC. Hello there everyone, and welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster review. So we've got iirageSC from Darksaber Rancor Raiders. Okay, so I'll be straight to the point with this one. I'm actually quite impressed with your Galactic Legends roster. So again, I'm using Hot Utils. I'm going to have to find a better way of displaying this. But in the meantime, this is what we've got. So let's just show you. Yeah, Galactic Legends. You've got JMK, you've got Sith Eternal Emperor, you've got Jedi Master Luke, and you've got Supreme Leader Kylo. And the reason why it impresses me, your GP is not that far ahead of my Temin account. Now, I know that could also be a case of I have always lambasted my main account just for the fact that it was always a bit scrubby. You know, like by the time my alt account had got a Galactic Legend, I was still chasing my first here. So, you know, there's still a bit of vibe of that there. But what I will say, it just goes to show that you've been really efficient. You've gone for the correct things. I mean, my personal hope is by the time my alt account is at this size, I could at least be close to this, but even I don't even think I could catch up because I mean you've got 4 already. I've got Kylo and JMK on my alt, but in the time it would take me to get to 6.5 million GP, I doubt I could get C and JML and an Executor. So I've spoiled a lot here, but honestly I'm impressed. So well done on your farming there. I think that deserves a nice bit of praise there. But yeah, let's just do the normal thing. We'll just show off the actual stats and everything, but I've just been skimming around like a madman. So yeah, your top 80, you've got 2.282, top 65 are 1.95, your ship GP is 2.758, that Executor will certainly help in that regard. You've got 6 Omicrons, so well done on that. The Omicron count is very nice to see. 106 Zetas, so again, very nice. Based on your fleet's position at the time of recording, you seem to be doing okay on fleet with your Executor. Speed mods, you've got 30 and 25 pluses, you've got 55 20 pluses, and you've got 138 to 15 pluses. 3 offense mods of 6% or higher, and you have got 15 over 4%. So the 3 over 6% I think is very good. It's something I'm trying to work on it, and even now I don't feel I'm getting those lucky breaks to get those mods over that line. So you're doing great there with those ones. I sometimes think offense mods are, I wouldn't say they're as important as speed, because speed rules, but they're one of those sly stats that I think some people will just sleep on. You know, they'll be going, oh, but I've got, say, however many speed mods, but then suddenly it's like, oh, but I haven't actually got a lot of these good secondaries. So yeah, congratulations on that. But yeah, I did skim through some of this because I want to save some for the actual main review. You've got a lot on Lotch. You haven't got Star Killer. You've got Cam, so well done on your Cam, well done to your guild. You've got Cat at Relic 8. You've got Maul at Relic 7, so you've been doing your Conquest. So yeah, I'm going to save the rest, otherwise I'm going to have nothing to look at here. So let's dip in. Okay, now I want to try and do this differently because I was saying this to my guild leader the other day, who was just being polite and asking what's going on with these videos, and I said, as much as I appreciate the enthusiasm for them, it can get a bit monotonous on my side doing it, so I'm going to keep trying to spice them up in different ways, even if it is just something as simple as starting on ships. And it does seem quite apt at this point, just for the fact that with the new Kyber changes, it does seem quite relevant that we have a quick look at your ships. So let's see how you're getting on. So obviously you've got your Executor, you've got Negotiator, Malevolence, 6-star, so just a little bit of catching up to do there. You got Chimera, you got Finalizer, you've got Executrix, and we've got the fleet that no one wants to do anything about. So you could do with building up your home one as well. I'm going to just say that now, here and now, especially with the changes. It's something that's at the back of my mind, let's say that. So let's just have a quick look at the powers on these ships, because actually this is one of the brilliant things about this UI change. We can actually tell at a glance how strong some of your ships are, or at least a rough glance. It's like I can't really tell what's going on with Kylo there, but I'm going to say the rest is looking quite interesting. Because Because don't forget as well, we're going to have a look at the tunes in particular later down the line. But with these, we just get an at a glance look and see how powerful you are. So I'm just seeing this with your Geos. You got 3 Gear 12 Geos. That's a good start. But I'm thinking of when you've got your Malevolence up to 7-star, having Spy at Rallic would be really nice. Just so that when Spy comes in, if you're going to do a Malevolence counter versus Executor, I should make that clearer, there's a higher chance that you'll eliminate the ship you're targeting. I say higher chance, you could still get dodges and all that load of rubbish, but at least if you do land your hit, it will deal good damage. So you got your Iron and Vulture done, you got your Rebel Y-Wing and your TIE Bomber. Have you got your Echelon? You got to 4-star. Ooh, okay. So obviously I can't see how many shards you've got, but fingers crossed when the Echelon comes back into comes back into a farmable position, you'll be able to get maxed out, because I mean, I'm playing around with a 5-star one on my ult and it's fantastic. It does need some work. It's not perfect. I mean, it's like at 5-star I can beat some Executors, other ones I get torn apart just down to RNG. But then again, I think if you had a 7-star, that could still happen, but it might survive long enough to make sure that you at least get the turns you need to get Xanadu Blood out. So I think that's quite good. You're in a good position, let's say that. Ooh, well done on the Interceptor, well done there. You've got gear on Second Sister. So yeah, well done there. I've only got man at 5-star, and I've been trying hard in Conquest to at least get to the red box, not the red box, the one before the gold box. So I've been getting to box 6. So hopefully I'm not that far behind you. I might have to buy some shards for it in the actual scavenger nodes coming up. But hopefully I can catch you up, because the Interceptor does seem like it's going to be a very important ship, if not for Chimera, for Ravager whenever that appears. So yeah, I'm quite curious. So we're looking down, you did get 3 stars for your Star Fortress, so well done there. And yeah, everything else is kind of where you'd expect it if you're not really using it. So I will stand by that just at a glance. Try and give your Rebels some love, because Bistoneer, his ship is fantastic in a Rebel fleet. I know the tunes aren't fancy, they don't really inspire people, but honestly, if you can just pause the farm at one point, or in between maybe a GL farm, just go for Bist and get them 2 tunes powered up. Yeah, they'll be a great pair to start on. Because I'm going to have a stab in the dark and say, yeah, you got your Relic 6s on Han and Chewie. So you've got a good starting position there. And I saw you got your Relic 3 on Biggs. So all you'd have to do there is say to yourself, can you win things with a Relic 3 Biggs, or do you want to pump him up a bit more? So you've got options, let's say that. Alright, I'm going to go to your characters and we're going to start at the bottom again. So let's start right at the very bottom. How your account is, I wasn't expecting Tuskens, but I want to just have a look. I keep saying to myself, I want to be entertained. Someone show me Tuskens. We've got Dash at 4, so you can put a little bit into him by the looks of it. Just a little bit. You got Nest at gear 11 with the Zeta, so she's going to do some work for you there, even if it's just taking down some Ewoks on defense. Vet Smuggler's just a little bit behind his Han brethren. So yeah, maybe an argument here to go for Ray down the line if you aren't already, just so that you've got the Vet Smuggler pair both at Rallic. Certainly a temptation for me, that. Alright, so your Sith Empire. Okay. I'm going to just do this as well. I'm going to order by speed. I'm curious how your speeds are looking at this point. So you got your DR. Crit damage mod sets with crit chance. Okay. 300 speed. Not entirely convinced over that. 300 speed, if you've just got him, isn't bad. If you've had him a while, though, I feel like you could be aiming for higher. Again, I'm using my own logic here because I've just managed to get Darth Revan on my main. And yeah, I think I've got him a little higher than 300. So I look at it and I think, okay, maybe even if you've got a lot of Galactic Legend tunes, I feel like Revan should be pretty high on your speed order list. So a little bit surprised there. I mean, you've got the right secondaries, sorry, the right primaries, I should say. So it's not bad. I just look at it and I think losing the speed mod set means that you're naturally going to be slower. So I'm looking and thinking, unless you've deliberately gone for a relatively slow Darth Revan to try and catch people out, then maybe you can improve here. Let's just check your Malak. Okay, so I've said this one recently and I'll just repeat it. If you're using Malak as a solo toon for GA, then you don't really need tenacity. Well, sorry, you will need tenacity. If he has a solo toon, you will need tenacity. But if he's going to be part of your Darth Revan team, he doesn't need tenacity. Just remember, all of the ferocity that Darth Malak gains via Darth Revan, Malak will lose all of that tenacity and any defense in his kit as well from that ferocity. So yeah, you just don't want him to have tenacity in a Darth Revan team. You may as well load him up with protection, get some speed onto him, or even offense or potency. There's just so many other different stats that he could benefit from over tenacity. So yeah, it's a small nitpick, but I think it's an important one because I see tenacity and I think, okay, if it is a solo toon, you know, like if you think, all right, I can take down the Phasma team or something in GA, fair enough, I respect it. But if it is because he's going to be part of your main Darth Revan team, it's a waste of stats. So yeah, Sith Marauder. Okay, crit damage, crit chance. I'll be honest, I've never really looked at Marauders much, but I do like to look at them, if that makes sense. You know, I can't say I know the stats, I can't say I know what to look for, but I like looking at them. Well done on Relic 7. Obviously, it's a Galactic Legend requirement, but still, I think they're nice to look at. 223 Bastila. Ouch. That one hurts a bit, especially so far behind Darth Revan. Yeah, you could do giving her some speed. I mean, Gear 12, you could at least be pushing 260, 280, so 223 is very slow. I'd say Bastila is the third in the turn order for a Darth Revan team. So the idea would be you'd get Darth Revan to go first. He would use his Insanity move, I believe it is. Yeah, he'd use Insanity. Then Malak follows up, and he will use Torture. That way he can get Shock and gain a pre-taunt. Well, essentially a pre-taunt, which is helpful if you got Marauder in there. And then Bastila would go and use Fear. So as your turn order goes right now, Marauder's taking a hit before Bastila does. So ideally, you need to get Bastila a little bit faster. Okay, so we'll keep the speed tag on, and we're just going to move up to Sith in general. So your Sith Eternal Emperor. Again, I haven't got to see myself, so my mod advice on this is a bit vague, I will be honest. I don't want people thinking I'm just going, you know, BS you and say, oh, I know everything. I don't. So yeah, my gut here is saying that looks a bit slow. I say that based on the fact, even if this is health modded, 453, 88 from mods seems slow. And so you've got your speed arrow there, only 12 from the diamond, from the triangle, not the diamond. You haven't got flat health as well, bumping that. You got speed, health, and health here, so that's okay. You could do with rolling speed. I'm sure you're trying. Health, speed, but not a lot else there. Speed, double health, that is nice. I like that. If you rolled any one of those three, it wouldn't be bad. The crit chance you don't really want to roll, but I wouldn't say it would be the worst either. So yeah, speed, health, both good. Tenacity, defense are a bit meh. So yeah, if it doesn't go beyond 10 when it gets to yellow, I wouldn't really keep that for long. I'd try and get a better mod. But for now, that could potentially roll nice with health, so it might be worth keeping hold of for a bit at least. Okay, so your Dooku, how have you modded your Dooku? 304 speed, 110% potency, fair chunk of tenacity. I like it. I'm going to say, I always think to myself, I like my Dooku to be fast. That way, if you put him with Newt, he's always going to be taking an early turn to hide the team. So add into that as well that the more turns Dooku takes, the better. Yeah, I like it. Bit of potency, crit damage, Me personally, I think I prefer offense over crit damage myself. I don't really instinctively look at Dooku and think he's going to crit. Again, maybe that's just me. I mean, what's his crit chance? Yeah, he's got 60% flat, so yeah, even if you modded him full crit chance on the triangle, I'd say he'd only be getting to 80. So me personally, I mod for offense. If you mod for offense, you could bump that number up by a couple of thousand maybe. So it wouldn't be the worst idea. Speed, offense, okay. So we've had a look at these two. Sidious, no offense, unless someone's got a really fancy Sidious, I'll probably always skip over Sidiouses. That's a plural I never thought I'd use. Sift Trooper, how's he looking? 258 speed, quite a chunk of tenacity, it's got to be said. 8,000 damage, that's at Rally 5. You got the offense, and you got the crit damage. I'd need to do a comparison to be sure. That does look okay, though. Yeah, the tenacity was a bit of a surprise, I'm not going to lie about that, but I think the reasoning for it is okay, as far as you've got your offense set and you've just paired whatever set you can get with it. A little bit of a shame you couldn't get a crit chance set, though. That would have been really nice there. But yeah, looks good. Vader. We'll have a look at Vader while we're here. Speed and potency. Okay. So 241. You've got no crit damage. 95% potency. I've got to say, I like the fact that that's a round number. Usually you get some odd numbers here and there, but that is flat 45% from mods. I like it, even just for the flatness of it. You got over 8,000 damage. That's at Relic 7. Okay, so my gut here is saying that this is a work in progress. The speed is a little low for what I would consider a good Vader. Only a little bit low. I'd say 250 to 270 is a nice range for Vader. But saying that is usually with crit damage or offense mods. So speed, with speed, I'd be expecting at least the 270. So 241, that feels low. The potency I did agree with. Like I say, I tried to mod for potency myself, so I'm certainly in full agreement there. The downside is, based on what I'm seeing here, I don't know where the rest of your potency came from. Oh, of course, it's the potency mod set, doy. So you didn't get any potency from secondaries in this lot. So, yeah, I just look at this and I think if it's under Emperor Palpatine you're using him, it's not the worst thing in the world by any stretch, because Palpatine grants potency in his lead. But if you do Vader solos, then you may want to just tweak your mod in a little bit, just to try and boost his potency to 100%, get some more potency in the secondaries. But at the same time, then you need to get either crit damage up or get your offense up, because at Relic 7 it's possible to get 10k offense. So I look at 8.4 and I think it's not bad, but especially with offense mods, you could be pushing 9-10k quite comfortably. And then that's if you keep the speed. It's a challenge for sure, but if you're talking about mod refinements, trying to make these tunes that you've unlocked be the best version of themselves, then yeah, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking, okay, you want to try and keep the damage at that level or higher, but you also want to add more speed, and you want to make sure that you've got either... well, if you got the offense set, that'll help with that, but if you aren't going for offense, boost to crit damage, because yeah, the offense is working there, but I don't know. I just look at it and I think you probably would benefit from an offense set, but I just think to myself, yeah, I don't buy offense myself. I go for crit damage. So this is my personal opinion kicking in, but yeah, I look at it and I think offense isn't bad. Offense isn't bad. It's a coin flip in some ways. It depends what you want Vader to do. Do you want him to be hitting the same throughout, or do you want him to be hitting harder when he does Merciless? And I like the latter, but I know some people who do like the former. So yeah, if you're in the former category, you like the idea of offense so that he's consistently hitting hard, then yeah, I would just switch out the speed for the offense sets and try and keep the speed that you've got on. So, well, not even keep the speed, try and improve the speed, which will be a challenge, but I'd say it's one that would really benefit you in the long run. Okay, one thing that strikes me as I just scroll down here. No Zeta on Traya. Darth Traya's one of the best Zetas in the game as far as you don't need to have gear. Just give her a Zeta, pop her with some random tunes that are just strong, preferably one with an AoE, and she'll do all the work just by leading them. So yeah, I know maybe you've got other priorities, you've got GLs, you might be working on one right now, but honestly, just pop a Zeta on Traya. I mean, again, I know maybe the Geo meta has gone where once upon a time you just needed Traya. You know, there are plenty of different counters to Geos now and whatnot, but I just look at it and I think Traya is just very clutch. She can, like I say, she can lead and she doesn't need the Triumvirate with her. They benefit from it, but yeah, just give her a lead. Just trust me. Trust me. I'm pleading. Alright, Separatists. We got Wat Tambor at Relic 7 for Kenobi, so well done there. You got Django at the same for that same reason, so well done. What speed is your Django? 277 with crit damage and crit chance, I like that. I mean, it's only 99 from mods, but still, I look and I think mine's probably only about 280 at best. I could be a little bit out there. So, yeah, very well done on the speed and the offense there. So, good stats. I like it. You got offense, you got crit damage. This is the smallest ever nitpick I will be doing in a review, but this is just something that anyone might just keep in mind if you're going forward. The correct primary here is a health. And it's just for one simple reason. He gains 50% max health. So just add on to that pool. That's the only reason I'm nitpicking there. I've probably not done it before with anyone else, so I'm not being harsh there. But yeah, I've been doing this myself lately, and I've not thought to look at Django and bring it up. But yeah, just for those of you who've done ad roster reviews recently, and I may not have brought it up, keep that in mind. Django, health, they're a nice pair. It's not like it'll ever be clutch, you know, no one will ever lose a battle and think, God, if only I got more health mods on Django. But it's something that will just increase the durability of him. So, yeah, like I say, just keep it in mind. B1, how have you got him? You've got offense and potency, that's the mod sets I like to see. 235 speed, 100% potency, and 7,000 damage. Very nice. What was that, Relic 4? So I am very curious how far that could go. I bet you could push some really high offense with Relic 7. Again, I don't know the number offhand, but I would guess 9k is possible quite comfortably. So yeah, very nice, very, very nice. Alright, the big one, Grievous. What is the magic number? 150. Have you got it? 138, just a little shy. Okay, have you got the crit damage? You have got the crit damage, so let's go through them. You need health primary there. Honestly, you get the health primary with some speed, and you don't really need the speed. Speed is probably becoming better, but it's not a must. But the health primary, that'll probably push to the 150k, because when you think health primaries are, let me just skip to one, 16%. 16% is a lot better than 1.55. So yeah, just get the health primary on. Crit damage, I'm going to say you've done good there. You've got the health percentage secondary as well. You got the health there as we saw. You got the health in the secondaries as well with a bit of speed. Very, very nice. Crit chance and tenacity are a shame because they aren't going to go to much use with Grievous, but still, those two are golden with that. And then when we're looking at this, you've got the health as well. Sadly, no health secondary, you know, flat health, but a bit of speed won't hurt him. And then you got speed and health. Okay, got 4% plus, that's very nice. And then health, double health, very, very nice. You got 6%, very nice. That's actually probably worth rolling. The roll from 6E to 6D, C, B, or A, that would probably get you to 7 or 8%. And there's always a chance you could roll the speed or the health. The only one that'd be a waste on Grievous is the offense. So, if I was telling you which to roll, that's not bad. But yeah, big one there. Just swap it out for a health arrow, and yeah, you don't. I mean, 212 speed's nice. Don't get me wrong, but if you get a health arrow with some speed, it'll compensate a little. You might go down to 200, but yeah, it's especially if you roll that at square anyway, you'll probably catch back up anyway, and that will go up in the process. Just remember, and it's not just to you, but to anyone else who just happens to watch this and doesn't really realise why I'm saying these things. He deals damage based on max health pretty much throughout his kit. So, yeah, based on Grievous's max health. So, yeah, you just want to keep getting that health pool as big as possible. So, yeah, it doesn't matter about speed. He gains speed via his allies with the termite he gains from target locked enemies. So, yeah, you just want to make sure he has got loads and loads of health. Okay, after that, I think we're okay with this bunch, so we're going to move up. Let's go. We're going to ignore these scoundrels. If there is one that I miss, I apologise, but I'm going to just move up to Resistance. Okay, this looks to be a faction in progress. Rally 5, I believe Finn is a 7 requirement. Maybe I'm wrong. BB at 5, he's a 7 for sure. 3PO for JML was a 5, so that's good. Sorry, I'm keeping all the Rex in my head here. R2, yeah, it was a 7 for JML, so all good, and a 7 there. So I'm assuming, I might be wrong, but I'm assuming Rey's on your radar. I know only BB and Finn are Rey requirements, i.e. they aren't crossing over elsewhere, but I'm looking and thinking, unless you just wanted a full team, then I'm a bit unsure why you wouldn't be working on them. I mean, Scav's 11. Maybe you're waiting to get Poe and Finn up, Resistance heroes. I don't know. Maybe I'm just misreading. Again, maybe I just saw Alex and I jumped the gun a bit, but let me know. Let me know. Let's just check your BB before we go. Oh, very quick. Very fast boy. 300. Again, I'm going to do a bit of nitpicking here, and it's just down to one thing. Crit chance primary. And let me just remind myself where that comes from, because I have seen it in his kit somewhere. Well, that'll play a part. He does gain critical chance up. Where is it? I could have sworn crit chance played into his kit. Maybe I'm imagining it. Yeah, I might be imagining it. I apologise for that if I am. That's it. Whenever a droid ally scores a critical, it reduces the cooldown of this ability by 1. There we go. I knew there was something to do with crits in this kit. So yeah, essentially, the more he crits, which can happen a lot when Rey Jedi Training calls him to assist, the more that he's going to reduce Illuminated Destiny. So again, it's a very simple reason, but it just boosting his crit chance, it can help out. And what I would say, it's probably worth lowering the speed a tad just to get him to crit more for that reason. Because yeah, 300 speed was great, you heard my reaction to it, but I'm looking and thinking 118, you could probably put those mods on a different toon who needs to be faster than they are right now. And then you could make BB just a touch slower. So we're talking maybe 270 to 290 range, and give him more crit chance, and he would still be golden. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw 300, but I'm in nitpicking territory, I do recognise it, but I'm thinking crit chance primary, and then try and get a crit chance mod set in there as well. Just bump his crit chance as high as it can naturally go. And then, yeah, you've probably got something good going. It's a shame he doesn't have it in his mastery, to be honest. But with being a support, I'm not surprised. But yeah, I am going to just neglect these because, to be fair, I don't think they really interest me. Let's go to your Rebels. Okay, so here I'm seeing 3PO and Chewie as your fastest. 301, very quick, boy, very quick. Yeah, I've got crit damage, but because the speed set, it kind of negates it a little. You got nice damage on them as well, so this is a nice 3PO and Chewie. You got offense, yeah. So I like the idea. I will nitpick, like I say. I'm sorry to nitpick as I do, but I look and I think if you're going for a crit damage primary, there are only a few occasions where I have not gone for a crit damage set as well. One of those was Supreme Leader Kylo, and the simple reason for that was I like the idea of having his offense pool high, but also want to make sure that when he critted harder. So I would like to think then that I at least met in the middle. I didn't just go speed and crit damage. I went for offense and crit damage to kind of make them both physical damage stats, if you like. Whereas speed doesn't impact damage. So I just look at it and I think, yeah, can you maybe find a better main set? Because again, the speed sets are probably doing you good. I mean, obviously you got the speed arrow there. 9's not doing a lot there. 20's good there though. And only 8 there. So oddly enough, your tenacity ones seem to be doing the heavy lifting. And tenacity isn't bad on 3PO and Chewie. Yeah, let's have a look at your CLS. Okay, crit damage and potency. You're going for an offense primary, crit damage. Okay, by the way, I did like that double offense, very nice. If you could roll that, that'd be golden. Yeah, I look at this and I think 263 is a little slow. And not like snail slow, but still a little slow. I'm thinking, yeah, I'd say about 280 plus is nice for CLS. I know some people like 300 minimum. I'd say 280 is okay. Usually because CLS can catch up with 2 meter from that point. Crit damage, again, the crit damage is good. You've got him at rally 4, so yeah, that's pretty much just what you'd expect. And you've got a nice chunk of offense. It's that tenacity that's bugging me a bit. Because when you think 3PO and Chewie is stealing CLS's stats, and he is getting only 45% tenacity, or 40% of that 45% tenacity. So what we're talking? We're talking something along the lines of maybe 18% off the top of my head. So yeah, it's not a lot they share into the team. So you could really do with getting a tenacity cross onto CLS. I mean, Chewbacca, how have you got him modded? Offense, health, speed. So again, you could do with some tenacity for Chewbacca as well, because the main counter CLS is used against now is gas. And even if you've got a nice gas counter somewhere, maybe one of your GLs for instance, but even if you have got a nice counter, just supposing you need that team elsewhere, CLS is just a clean gas team. So as long as they're modded correctly, you'll be fine. But right now, if I was told, right, you need to use the CLS team to take out a gas, I would be worried. And it all comes down to that tenacity. You've got loads of offense in there, but the way I look at it is, in that team lineup, once gas stands back up, because you could probably take gas down pretty quick, you could take 5s down pretty quick, but once gas is back up, you will be very hard to not get debuffed. You know, 3PO and Chewie and Chewbacca will most likely get dazed out the wazoo. And from there, the team just falls apart because there's no attacks at a turn, there's less damage. So, yeah, you really could do with getting some more tenacity in them pair at least. Commander Luke can act as a proxy in that regard. If you mod in for tenacity, it spreads to the team via Chewbacca, 3PO and Chewie. But Chewbacca himself benefits from tenacity just for that reason. If he's not dazed, he's constantly attacking at a turn. So yeah, a little bit of a bummer, that one. Not a big bummer, but just a little one. I like the look at this though. Very high speed, very nice to see. Crit damage, nice chunk of offense. I like it. Han's looking good. Okay, we'll move on. Yeah, Night Sisters. Okay, I like this. This is one of my projects right now. I want to get Daca to Relic 5, and I want it to be beastly. So I'm looking at this, and even without looking at your numbers, I can tell she isn't beastly. And it's not the fact that they're not 6E, it's the fact they got speed set in there. Yeah, 86k. So at 86k, she could probably be doing some things for you. I'm not exactly sure what. Maybe you want to tell me in the comments. But I look and I think at Relic 5, a nice health goal to aim for is 120k health. Treat her like Grievous to a degree. The only difference is, whereas Grievous wants from top right to bottom left, he wants health, crit damage, health, and health. What Daca wants, she wants crit damage primary with 2 health secondary. So essentially this mod almost, but swap out the speed for crit avoidance. If I said crit damage before, I apologise. She wants health here, so health, flat, speed, and then anything that is also along those lines. Here, it is health is... Well, health is one option. The other option is tenacity. You don't want to gain dazed, so a bit of tenacity doesn't hurt. So, yeah, a bit of tenacity, then double health and speed. And then over here, health, flat health like this, and speed. So this is actually a good... Well, minus the actual mod set, it's a good Daca mod. But yeah, Daca's a very... I wouldn't say she's easy to mod, but she knows what she wants. Let's put it like that. Remember, she doesn't need speed. Speed mod sets are a little bit redundant on. I mean, 249... Remember, she gets 50% turn meter any time another ally is defeated. And especially you've got your team built. Let me just go back a sec. Whilst your zombie's thick, you throw Night Sister Spirit in a team right now, she will die quite often. Maybe not a lot, but quite often. And even a Sergeant Talzin aren't the strongest. So, as things stand, Daca will probably be dying and getting stronger and faster with Serve Again quite a lot. So, yeah, I would honestly just make her thicker. Make her thicker so that she's harder to take down. And even though it may be something you don't want to do, I would try and get Ventress up to Relic. She's the one who can carry it with Daca. Zombie at Relic is nice, but I wouldn't say it's the clincher. In fact, you could probably get away with a weaker zombie for a lot of counters. Alright, your Mandos. I saw you got Maul, so congratulations for that. I'm assuming you're missing a few Zetas. Yeah, you're missing a few. I say, he looks nice though. What have you got for your stats? Again, I haven't got a Maul myself, so I don't really know exactly what I'm looking for, but I know offense and health are the right mod sets. 312 looks like good speed. What I would say though, the health does look a little bit low. Yeah, maybe you're modding for protection ahead of Lord Vader. Yeah, I couldn't really say much more other than it looks right, but something about it feels wrong. Again, that protection just seemed high for health sets, but again, maybe I'm just reading it wrong. The damage looks good though, so yeah. I'm just going back out there just because, like I say, I'm not going to harp on about something I don't know about. Beskar, just before we leave this tab, let's see. 216 speed, chunk of protection, nearly 9k damage. So yeah, I'd say that's well built, especially with no 6Es. I am going to take a stab in the dark and say you've kept mods like this purely because you want your Razor Crest to be going at a certain speed. That'd be my guess. Maybe not, but do let me know. Jedi, okay. This is where the fun begins. Well, not this fella, that fella says. So you got Qui-Gon Omni. I think that might be the first Omni I've seen, actually. If I did miss one before, I do apologise. But yeah, you've got Relic 9 JML. I'm a little bit jealous. I didn't see your Relic 9s before, so oopsie on my part. Yeah, it makes me drool, that, honestly. It's such a great stat to see. I mean, I haven't got 100 quid to blow down and get Relic 9 materials, but if I did, I would not regret that. That is the equivalent of that's the equivalent of having the nicest meal in a restaurant and just not even thinking about how you're going to pay for it. Man, oh man. I could look at R9 JMLs all day. I'm going to say, just boy oh boy. So yeah, well done on that. Let's just check your actual stats. You got speed primary, protection, that looks quite thick there. Protection primary. I personally go for crit damage. I just think when he goes into heroic stand, the crit damage really pays off. So it's an option for you. I'm not saying you've got to change it because obviously protection pool's very nice, but one to look out for. Again, protection, speed. I think the tenacity is just there. Got protection secondary, very nice. Protection again, speed. No protection in the secondaries, that's a bit of a shame. And then double protection, wow, 12% plus, very nice. Speed, okay, very nice mod that. So yeah, very, very nice. JMK, so I got my own JMK the other day. I will not go out and say I know everything about JMK still, for the fact I'm still trying to learn how to use mine. But yeah, what I will say, I've got mine at R5. And I think my health pool is about the same. I mean, mine's R5, so I'd say maybe that's a little low. And my speed, I think mine might be a little slower. I think mine might be 550-ish, whereas yours 571. So if you compare the two, I'd say yours is faster but less healthy. Mine's slower but more healthy. That's the way I'm looking at that anyway. And naturally your damage is higher, so well done there. Just check his primaries, speed, offense. Double protection surprised me there. I'd have thought health would be better if you could get those secondaries. Crit damage, speed. Okay. Crit chance and offense aren't bad. Offense, speed, offense. Potency and tenacity feel a waste there if we're going to be nitpicking. And there we go. Health, offense, speed. Yeah, they're golden. Crit chance, not needed, but it doesn't hurt. So, we're going in speed order here. How's your Shaq looking? Shaq attacks at 303. Okay. You've got cam already, so you don't need me to tell you what your cam mods are. So, I'm assuming you've got a health set ready for, or a speed and health set ready for when you need to do cam. So, we'll leave that there. JKR, how fast? 300. Okay. Again, could be a little quicker. How I try and view it, right? Again, this might be a silly way to look at things, but I try and think about what speed I had JKR when I first got him. So when you think my modding that, well, my mods then weren't as good as they are now. So back then I had like 307 speed, and this is like when I was just pushing it to Rally 5. So if I could get 306, 307 speed at that point, my question to you is, can you get higher with now your roster is larger, essentially? Because I'm assuming you got JKR at the same stage I did on my ult. So I'm thinking, yeah, how long you've had him, could you afford to give him better mods? Again, I'm going to keep asking this question because I look and I think he's a very important toon as JKR. Even if he's not like meta as such, you look and you think, can you improve him? I mean, obviously taking that to 60 would benefit. You've not got bad mods here. It's just maybe rolling them. Can you get some 20s out of these? I mean, that could potentially be a 20. That's got another roll in it, so that could go as high as 26. That's got 2 in it, so that could go as high as 27, although the reality could be as low as 21. That's still a 20, though. That could go as high as 29, though realistically it could go as high as 23. So yeah, you've got some potential good rolls here. That one there, if I'm right, could go up to 26 at a max. Sorry, 25 at a max. Oh no, 26, because you get the +1 from going to 6E. So yeah, 26. So yeah, you've got potential for a load of speed with those mods. It's just about gambling on the rolls. I mean, Sorry, I forgot that was Yala, so you wouldn't be able to get the 6 there. But the other ones look good. I just saw gold and I was like, damn, I missed one, didn't I? Hermit, how fast you got him? 294, that's pretty quick. Again, if you can get him quicker, we're looking at 320, 330. It just means that if you use JKL lead at all, especially when 3v3 comes around, which with the new GA defense options, it looks like 3v3 will be back at some point. Yeah, it really does look like... yeah, sorry, I lost track just dwelling on the prospect of 3v3 again there. Yeah, speed, getting up to 320, 330. It's, yeah, it'll just help out. It means that it's fast enough so that a lot of things will... You'll need a fast tune to outspeed him, let's put it like that. Gas, how have you got your gas modded? Offense and health. 103k protection, 288 speed, 9,990 damage. Very nice there. Allocate as well. So yeah, very nice. I'm gonna have to work on my General Skywalker on my alt account soon. This is the account with JMK, and yeah, I'm tempted to go for a mod set similar to that. Tempted, but I'm not sure I'm sold on it. So I'll actually open up this for debate in the comments here, or on Discord if you want to have a conversation there. But I don't see why you would mod General Skywalker to be anything other than the 501st lead now. Because even if you have got it in mind that you still want him for Squad Arena, the only thing you're getting from Squad Arena is Squad Arena tokens. And in GA, Skywalker is usually a 501st lead. So even though there is such a thing as an offense-leaded 501st, surely it would be better to mod him for protection and make him more annoying to take down, rather than having him modded for offense, when he already gains offense via his lead. Or at least he will usually gain offense via his lead. I don't know. I'm going to put that down on the floor. My gut says stick with protection modding. But anyone who's got mods like this one here and is kind of leaned towards offense builds, lay your argument in front of me. Tell me why I'm wrong and I should stick to it. Or should change it and go for offense mods. Right, but I think after that we're looking pretty good. I mean, how fast is Anakin? 287, that's very quick for JK, well done. And 8,533 damage. What I will say, I've seen quite consistently throughout your roster, your offense mods are very nice. Qui-Gon, how have you got him? Speed, offense, offense. Okay, only one I've changed there is I get an offense primary. Just make it so that he's as offensive as you can get, because when you think all of his offense, they gain 400% of it for 2 turns. So get that primary on him. I mean, when you think the primary, it'll be 8.5. Unless that 0.49 rolls magnificently, you may as well put an offense primary on. But yeah, 6,000 even before that, that's pretty good, that, if we're going to be fair. Rally 5. JKL, what damage have you got on him? 12,000, that looks good. Have you put anything into Mace? Bare minimums, no megas. 214, bit of health. Okay, I respect that. I think a lot of people are going to be waiting on Mace. I've personally remodded him to try and make him more effective with this new kit, but I can understand why some people might, you know, just hold back and just wait and see what other people do. Sorry, just to add on to that, what I would say for what I've done, I've gone for an offense build. He is a tank, but I figure I'm going to put him with Qui-Gon Jinn, so even though he will do his tanking duties under Qui-Gon, he doesn't need health and protection as much, because the whole reason he's there is to stall Qui-Gon's death. And then when he dies, it's also to taunt and protect Jedi Anakin for a turn. So, yeah, the way I see it, Mace will do some good things. I have actually faced one in Grand Arena that was very annoying. So modding him for offense just makes sense, because if you got the Vader Zeta, I believe he counterattacks. So yeah, again, just more annoyance. Right, so Kiadi. 203 gains 30 from Jedi Council. He also gains 20 speed from Ataru form, so he gains 50 on top. So that means he's effectively starting at 253. So a 5-star, that's pretty solid. So well done. I think that is pretty much it for the Jedi faction, though. Let's move up. Oh, I was hoping for a surprise. Okay, Inquisitorius. You taken 7 sister up to gear 11. I respect that. I'm going to try and do that on my main. That's where I've got my interceptor. So yeah, I respect it. You've put some mods on. You've tried to make it powered. So praise to you there. You've done something with them, because they do seem a very underwhelming faction right now. I'm hoping that, I'm assuming we're going to get the 5th brother soon. And I'm hoping that once the 5th brother is out, we'll at least get an idea of what the team can do. And maybe we can work out what it's missing. Because obviously the Grand Inquisitor will come in, and he is supposedly going to counter Galactic Legends. So you think, okay, if he's going to be a Galactic Legend Jedi killer, then you've got to try and work out what the other 4 in that team will add to it. And right now I'm not seeing it. So, yeah, I'm curious. Complete tangent from the roster review, that's why I do apologise. Piet, how fast you got him? 327, that's pretty quick for Piet. Gideon, he's behind him, but how far behind? 284. So that isn't too bad. How I view that, Piet can use his Imperial Ambition ability. Can pop that onto Dark Trooper. Then Gideon takes a turn, drains turn meter from the opposition, and he could probably give Piet another turn straight away. So that does seem quite good to me. Alright, let's go up to your Geos. We got a glimpse of them before. All gear 12, nicely done. We move on. Galactic Republic, you've got Padme at Relic 5. Okay, based on your Arc Trooper, General Skywalker, and I believe I saw your Dooku was at Relic 6 from C. I get the feeling Lord Vader is in your thoughts at the very least. So I'll have a look when we see a Bad Batch shortly. But yeah, Padme looks a little bit out. How's your cat looking? You got a health modded 313 speed. Okay, I like that. Yeah, I think that does make sense as far as if you're trying to avoid or trying to make, I think, let me just get this right, because I've seen this in a video I've watched myself recently. I know that there's 2 different ways of modding. You can go for a speed modded cat or a health modded cat. And I think it's the idea that a speed modded cat is good to prevent bounty hunter snipes in your Grand Arena, so this is like Zamacron. But then a health modded one is better to prevent JML beating them. So depending on your opponent, that's probably the better way of building. Speed, health. Yeah, that looks golden. I'm curious how you're finding it though. Just for the fact that, like I say, it is slow for a speed build, if you like. I can't help but look at that and go, you've obviously got some great mods there as far as you've rolled a lot here. 18, let's just go from again. 27, that's very nice, well done there. 15 there, got the health percentage. Ooh. Speed, health. Got the offense there, that's pretty alright. Got the health, the speed, no health, flat, bit of a shame. So you got unlucky there, you couldn't really touch that speed, which is, yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Same with that one. I can't help but look and go, if you could find better mods again, like you just keep farming mods, just keep trying to get better secondaries. And there you think, okay, if you roll them, if you could maybe get her to 320, then she's healthy and fast, or relatively fast. You know, she'll still be slow compared to some cats in the wild, but she'll still do some work. You know, she won't be as slow as some teams. I mean, put it like this. Right now, how fast your cat is, a very slow JMK, sorry, a very slow Zamacron could probably take that out still. You know, if we're talking about a boss that is 250, and then the Zam, which is maybe around the same speed, I bet I could snipe that cat. So you look at it and you think, it'd be a good idea to just make her a little bit quicker. Keep the health pool around the same ballpark, but if you could just make her a bit faster so that she isn't as liable to get sniped, then that would be a good idea. I realise I've said sniped a lot and I haven't actually explained what that's about, just for anyone who doesn't know. The old principle is that, oddly enough, we have actually got this situation in our territory war today, but we can't really do anything about it. If you've got a JMK cat team and in Grand Arena you're facing this team, what can you do? What you can do is you can take in orally bounty hunters with Zam. And the idea is orally just requires you to use 2 mass attacks essentially to take out cat. So the idea is you do Bosk's mass swarm, you do Grief's mass swarm. Usually Bosk will die in the opening moves after that. But if you can just chain 2 more attacks together, which is usually Zam and Aura, then if you can get the Mandalorian to take the final turn, he'll have Disintegrate ready, and he can take out Cat. After that, the rest of the team can die off, and you can do a cleanup with the 5 first. So it's a 2-shot option, but it does mean that you haven't got a war blocked. So yeah, it's the principle is pretty solid, but I just look at that and I think that Cat is probably slow enough that lower speed bounty hunters could probably take it out. So that's the only thing I'm warning you about here. I wouldn't like you to see someone unfairly get sniped, shall we call it. Okay. I think that's all I really want to look at on this tab. I don't think there's much else that I need to have a glance at. First Order. Let's have a look at your Kylo. You're going through a speed and health build. 126, 567, 12k. All solid numbers. I'm going to say 12k. I would say a solid. I've seen some. Is that Rallycate? Yeah, I've seen some Rallycates with 11k. So you're doing gold on there, especially with speed sets. Like I say, I've got offense sets with crit damage, and I've got 13k. So to get 12k without offense or even crit damage, you've done good. Hooks, just out of curiosity, what's your speed? 301. Pretty solid. I've said it before, I go for crit avoidance on the arrow, just feeds right into his mastery. It's not essential, but if you go and do Hook's lead or use him in a non-SLKR team at any point, the crit avoidance does come in quite nice because it means it's just that little bit harder for an opponent to take him out. But yeah, not a lot else there I really want to have a look at, so we move on. Murder Bears. Okay. Turn order. Paplu. He should be over here as the fastest. Let's just double check what is his speed. 165. So even with the 25%, he's going to be pretty slow still. So yeah, when you're doing your modding, just try and slap some fast either defense mods or speed and defense mods. So right now that's just defense and health. I know it might seem strange. Why should I do this? But on my main account, I actually got a hold against Nest. If you check my Grand Arena history recently, I did a video on it yesterday or the day before. It's probably been up for a few days by the time this video's out. Yeah, my Ewoks actually held on defense against a solo Nest. So I don't know what happened, I'll be honest. Obviously, I wasn't there to watch it, but I look at it and I go, I know my Ewoks. I'm not the originator of this idea. I credit all the information I've learned from the Gerbil. Go and check his YouTube channel out. But yeah, Paplu first. Just don't sleep on it. Oh, and I've got to give Zareth a shout out there. He swears by fast Paplus. Okay, Empire. So we've seen your Piet. Let's just check your Throne. 285 speed. All right. Pretty solid. You don't really need plus 300 now because Gideon can go with them if you're desperate. So yeah, pretty nice. Do giving Mara a bit more love, just a few levels of gear, just so she doesn't die from an AoE as easily. But yeah, I get it. If you don't need her, why should you put any gear on her? Iden Omicron, by the way. Nice choice. I did forget to mention that when I was looking at the Imperial Troopers. Let's get to your bounty hunters. Ooh, okay, this is where 3 of your Omicrons have gone. I like it. So I've been explaining this snipe, but let's see how much you need the advice. Okay, so a couple of things that irritate me. I'm going to be brutal. I apologise. Okay, first of all, no second Zeta on Bosk. By this point, you should have a second Zeta on Bosk. And say it might be seen as an unnecessary Zeta. For me, any ability that what's the phrase? It replants a taunt. It puts a taunt back on a character. It's worth it. So get that second Zeta. Next, I'm looking at the turn order of these bounty hunters, and it's all a bit out of whack. So Grief and Mandalorian, they need some love. I'll be brutally honest. They need some love if you wanted to do a snipe team, as I was mentioning. But even if you just take that idea out, even though Zam benefits from speed, i.e., all of Shapeshifter, it takes Earth speed and shares it with others, you don't want it to be the fastest. 347 is great, but the fact is, all she does is she does that first turn, and then we're back to square one anyway. So the better move to do is to make Bosk the fastest. And besides, I will say that the modding there doesn't look that great, if I'm going to be honest. Speed with crit damage and health, ugh. Even though you've got him fast, the rest doesn't look that good, if we're going to be honest, okay? So how I view it, on Zamir, you've got speed, health. And from mods, you got 164. Let me just go back to Bosk a minute. 131 there, so world of difference in the actual mod sets there. What I'm looking at is maybe put Zam's mods on Bosk. You've got speed, crit damage is a bit of a waste, so maybe don't put that on Bosk. Health is good for Bosk, protections is good for Bosk. If he isn't leading, health is good. If he is leading, protection is good. So 0.1 protection, 1 health gives you a bit of flexibility if you want that. But yeah, you don't need Zam to be the fastest. You just need it to be fast. So how I view it, and I can't really show you mine without backing out a ton of screens, but my bounty hunter order right now is that Bosk goes first. He's about 330 speed. And then I've got my Grief clock to be just right behind him, about 328. Maybe just a bit slower. Then Zam will go next just purely because my other 2 bounty hunters can't go next. So yeah, she's about 318, I think. And then after that, it is the Mandalorian. I would like him to be last, but I can't mod him to be slower than Aura because she's only gear 10. So yeah, the Mandalorian goes and then Aura goes. But how I view it, the turn order should be Mando last, Aura then Zam. So yeah, I'll put it on screen just so it's clearer. But yeah, that is the main turn order you should be going for. And I know I've just said all this and I've just noticed Aura is... she's squishy down here. So maybe, again, that's another reason why you won't be doing any of this. What I'm looking there is you've got 2 Omicrons on Daca Boba. And Daca Boba's definitely worth going for, in my opinion. Even though at the top end of the game he probably isn't doing as much as some players would like him to be doing. I think at lower levels he's probably doing quite alright. So yeah, 273, 9,000 damage. To me, they look like good numbers. I want to get some gear into him myself. So what I'm just thinking is, I don't think you could run that Boba lead in GA. Obviously, Territory War you could. In fact, Territory War you could probably make a good team with Boba, Fennec, if you put some gear into her. The Mandalorian, IG, and Queel, which does actually bring me back around to the Scoundrels. Yeah, because I didn't check these. Queel's only gear 7. Actually, saying that, how the hell did you unlock Bam? With respect, how the hell did you do it when you've got a low Queel like that? I had to go up to gear 8 or 9 just to pass this tier. I mean, congratulations, you obviously did it, but wow, that must have been absolutely horrendous. But yeah, you got Queel at gear 8. I mean, I put these on my favourites list on my main because I feel like there's such a key cog in the BAM team. And then if you're running Dabba Boba, having it that Dabba Boba, BAM, Queel, IG, and Fennec, to my knowledge, that's a GL killing team. So I wouldn't sleep on it. I'd try and get them 2 up, just so that, yeah, I've got functionality with it. I know I'm giving you a lot of things to farm here, but looking, I think you've got Aura as well, Aura for GA. There's just so many little options you can go down. So again, I just wouldn't sleep on them. There's such a great group of characters. But yeah, I'm just looking and I think Grief and the Mandalorian, try and get him to at least Rallic. I know that Aura's behind. I know Aura's a pain because of Cantina energy. But yeah, even if you don't go for Aura, you can still do Bosk Lead, Grief, Mando, Zam, and Boba Fett. You've got a good team there. You could even do Boba Fett sign of Django lead with Zam, and that would still grant the speed bump. I wouldn't say it's the most interesting of leads, but I suppose you could try it. Honestly, there's so much flexibility with bounty hunters. That's the general point I'm getting at. And yeah, you just need to give some of these a bit of love. The only ones really the only one who isn't worth anything in this faction is Greedo. And it's a shame because I love Greedo. I actually love his ability. I just love threateners, and if the counter chance that triggers on here. Well, not the counter chance, the ability to keep attacking again and again and again. I do love that. I think it's a great bit of kit, and I'll tell you what, if a GL comes out that requires a Relic Greedo, I'll be happy for it. But as things stand, every one of these bounty hunters has some form of purpose except for Greedo, which is a crying shame. But yeah, when I say get them up, it's not like I'm being nasty, it's just they are worth it. Alright, I've waffled on enough there. In fact, this roster review's gone on a long time. Yeah, Bad Batch, not a lot to see there. It's what makes me think maybe you're not going for Lord Vader. Although saying that, you've got some nice relics here. What was your Rex speed, by the way? I did neglect that. 317, very nice, very nice. And your 5s, how have you modded your 5s? Defense sets, you've got speed. I saw double health there, very nice. 3% bang on, that is nice to see actually. And there was offense in there, so that's going to go towards the sacrifice. Again, speed, offense, protection, all towards the sacrifice, very nice. Protection, speed, nice. Speed, offense, health. Speed, protection. So yeah, some nice stats here. 96k protection does feel low though. It could be worth rolling some of those mods just to see if you can bump that protection over 100k, because there was a lot of protection in those stats. Or it felt like there was anyway. Maybe I was just imagining it. But still, it feels like one of those where you think maybe just roll a few of them. Especially that one. You think if you could get that to 7, 8, 9% protection, could be a nice bump. Same with that, if you could get one roll on that. And besides, speed and health aren't bad. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I don't think I've missed anything. I'm just going to have one quick glance down your roster. I'll make sure I haven't missed a big Omicron or anything like that. But I do think I saw everything. There was 6 Omicrons in total. I won't make sure I've covered all the Omicron characters just to, you know, make sure everything's been done as you would expect. By the way, no, Zeta's on Beskar Mando. Could do a change in that as well. I did miss that. Come on, there must be one down here somewhere. Ah, you got one per Omicron. That was the one I was going to miss. Okay, so let's see how you've got him modded. So you've got a bit of speed, bit of health, bit of health, bit of health. Okay. So 81k health. So yeah. I'm going to just look into the mods a bit more here. I'm not sure speed primary is best. He doesn't need to be fast. So maybe go for a health primary, because obviously with Icebreaker he gains protection up, which feeds off health. So health primary, bit of speed wouldn't hurt. It's not like you need it, but if it's there, you're not going to complain. Tenacity does help. If you've got the health primary, then you would want flat health and then offense. The health's good here. Offense, tenacity, and speed and potency are all great. So that is a certified roll. That is a do it now roll. Health, speed, protection, tenacity. On the flip side, that's a only roll when you're ready roll. The primary's right, but you don't really need any of these except for tenacity, oddly enough. Here you've got health, you've got speed, offense, tenacity. So yeah, that one isn't bad. And then here, tenacity, potency, health, speed, roll it. So some good in there. Only one I'd really change the arrow. Just try and pump him up as high as you can. You're going Relic 7. So you're going to get some good damage out of him. So if I were you, just try and get him closer to 100k. Rolling him to 60 will definitely help there. And try and bump his tenacity up a little bit. I know it seems crazy because the stacking tenacity in his Omicron, but when you think, if you have more tenacity to begin with, it's going to mean that that first turn you are going to be more likely to take straight away. So, for instance, think about Iden teams. Iden will always take the first turn. And one of Iden's first moves is the stun, I believe. So that way, if you do put more tenacity on Wampa to begin with, even if you're slower, it means that you're going to be able to resist that initial attack. And don't forget, then the Imperial troops will swarm on you as well. So you'll gain tenacity in that moment, but you could get stunned that first turn, and it can just derail any solo attempt. So the advice I'm giving is just put a bit more tenacity on, just that first attack you will resist any debuffs. So yeah, after that, health all the way. Well, health and offense, but you'll gain offense via Furious Foe, which I would advise getting the Zeta for. Oh no, hang on, sorry, that's the healing immunity one, isn't it? It's not Howling Rage, Cornered Beast. Although what I will say, Furious Foe is the one that grants offense. There we go, against 40% offense stacking. So yeah, you don't need as much offense really, but health is the way. Alright, so I've been talking for over an hour and 10 minutes. This is a very long roster review, but you've given me a lot to talk about here, so I appreciate that. What I will say, your modding with offense is fantastic. I think there are a lot of great tunes that are well modded as far as making them powerful and hit hard. What I'm seeing is just a lack of speed at times, and maybe in certain instances, maybe not optimized modding. I'm thinking of Grievous there with the speed arrow. So if you can just tweak a few of those things, you're going to be in good shape. I can't work out what you're farming next, though, I'll be honest. Usually I have a vague idea of what someone's going for, but I thought maybe Ray with a few of the resistance tunes that you're working on, but I'm thinking maybe not, because it was only BB and Finn that looked like they'd been done for full Ray rather than for something else. And I didn't see enough to make me think that you were going for Lord Vader. So maybe you're working on bounty hunters? I honestly don't know. Give me a shout in the comments and tell me what your current farm is, because I'm actually intrigued. Whatever it is, good luck on it, because you've got a lot of good stuff. And as I said right at the very start of this lengthy video, you've got an account that I envy to a degree, as far as you've got way more GLs than me for not as much, only a little bit more time, shall we call it. So again, I congratulate you on that. You've put a lot of time and effort into this, so well done. And that is going to be the end of the roster review. So, thank you all for listening. If you have enjoyed it, hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I've got no idea right now, but we are going to be having a roster review very shortly. I planned to release this last week, if I'm going to be honest, and yeah, things just escaped me a bit. I'm just bringing up this for a moment. I'm just going to show you one of my current statistics. Here we go. So, this is something I do like to, well, not just me, but a lot of YouTubers like to show off. It's their watch time from subscribers. So currently 30% of you who are watching subscribe to my channel, so thank you very much for that. Right now the channel's at 491 subscribers. It'd be nice to hit the 500 reasonably soon. I haven't got any plans for a 500th video, so shout out ideas in the comments if you think there could be something fun I could do for the 500th. I do tend to celebrate the YouTube ones more than Twitch. I don't know why. But yeah, those of you who are in the 69.2%, please do hit the sub button. I know I've left this right to the end of the video, but you know what? Now's the time to go and do it. Alright, with that, folks, I'm going to leave it there. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone.